Another cold night in Cologne, or speaking to the big-hearted dogs of Dinosaur Pileup, Metal.de. How are you guys doing? Thank you very much for joining me.
Great.
Yeah, really.
Great,
yeah. Very happy to be back in Germany. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, I've followed you for a long, long time. As we said, the last time we met was 2015, just after 11/11 was released. You guys have experienced so much over the last 10 years. Finally back with your fifth album, I Felt Better.
Yeah.
That has so many stories around it. And finally, we celebrated. You just came back from the US and your headliner in Germany, final day of the tour, going back to the US in January. And then Download Festival 2000 Trees. But there's so much, I feel like, negativity penned up before the album was released. What is the most positive moment of I've Felt Better that you will always remember, and will put all those dark moments to the side and you will almost forget about them?
That's a great question.
Damn. Well, I mean, even just getting to be in a position again where we can make another record was a positive thing. And I think all the struggle and everything, all the situation of everything that went on before I Felt Better, sort of being able to overcome that and make a record and sort of get over that whole period of time, it was a kind of victory. So I guess that's the positive thing I would take from it.
Jim, well, I think the most positive part of this was the headliner in London. I think that was the culmination of the entire sort of last 5 years of doing, well, not even knowing if the band was still going to be a thing. Leaving our label, finding a new label, new home, and then getting to finally tour this album that we were super proud of, and that Matt made through his illness. And then just having that as like a massive sort of celebration and a point was so great. And the fans have stuck with us the whole time. We're all sort of, they all showed up for that tour, and it was just a really wicked.
Yeah, it's really validating.
Really validating.
Yeah, really good. I mean, for me, it was. I have a daughter now, who came just as COVID was kind of starting. So my life has been like mainly doing that. Like through all of COVID and then post COVID. So, it's been sort of, in terms of like what positivity I can take out of that time, it's weird to say that I actually got to spend more time at home, which was ended up being, a really sort of good thing for me and for my family. So, Papa Jim, yeah. And she's 6 and a bit now, which is wild.
No, I'm really happy to hear that, because as I said, I was listening to the songs and hearing the stories around it. I felt like there's so much negativity around it. So I'm really happy that we're now on the positive side of it already. But also something that I felt like is a theme around the album is finding new priorities, kind of reevaluating life's priorities. And again, I feel like, Matt, that's mostly your story, but I'm guessing that also affected you guys. So was there a discussion, like a philosophical, deep discussion about what is our life?
Well, I mean, there has been a bit of that, to be honest with you. Obviously, I got really sick and I met my wife and got married, and, so there was like really low points and really high points in that whole period of time. So me sort of reevaluating what I wanted to be doing with my life, or how I want to spend my time, what's the most valuable thing. I think, the most valuable thing to me is spending time with people that I love. So, we used to spend a lot of time on the road, which was killer, great life experience and stuff, but maybe not the healthiest thing to do. And obviously spent a lot of time away from home and stuff. So sort of learning how to sort of reprioritize those things. How much time do we want to be away? How unhealthy is this? Blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that was sort of reprioritized. And I think now we've talked a lot about how much we, like how do we tour now? Definitely with my health, that's slightly different. We're sort of figuring out how to do that, because obviously we want to be getting all around the world like we should be getting, but we need to do it in a sort of slightly more sane way. So we're talking about that a lot, so I can do it physically, so we can be with our families and have a healthy life and stuff.
It's also helped with the profile like increasing through the release of this album, especially like even Celebrity Mansions, which we didn't get to tour properly because that was the summer, obviously, like everything went down. Has helped us be able to tour in a slightly more sane way, as Matt put it well. So, and I think reevaluating like priorities and things, I think there was a long period obviously where we weren't doing a lot. We were still making the album. It actually took a long time because Matt was only well enough to start making it a year or two after COVID had sort of properly ended.
I can't even remember.
No, that's all sort of blurred into one. So it was never a question of like when we're going to stop doing music. We always knew we were going to carry on, and we always knew we had to make this album. It was just as Matt said, can we do it in a way that's not going to kill us and make us super ill? Matt specifically.
And like I feel it in my knees particularly, but I feel older now. Weirdly, and I know I'm not the only one who feels like that.
So a repeating question, especially for the punk bands, because we all get older, whether you guys are on stage or we're in the mosh pit, and then the band asks everyone to get down. When I'm okay with the getting down, yes. So are you more empathetic to your crowd as well? That we need like the handicap zone. That if you're there, if you're over 30, you don't need to get back up or you get help.
No, we're kicking their asses, and luckily, we've picked up some younger fans for the first time, I think, on this this album. Yeah, which is super fucking dope for us to see.
And we're still
get zones in the crowd, like the younger ones.
Yeah, we should.
You guys get down, the other ones assistant
seats at the back.
Okay.
Yeah,
I love that. But something that I was also wondering if it made it to Europe on this run, is the crowd barking at you, or is it just a UK thing?
How's that happened here?
There was one or two. I can't remember which night it was on this tour, but there was one or two. It might have been in. Is it Nijmegen? Sorry, Nijmegen.
Sounds.
We were literally there.
We'll bleep that out. Yeah. But yeah, there was a couple there from the back of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want more of that?
Oh yeah, I think that's really super fun.
We had a lot of that in the UK. We had a bit of it in America recently. A little bit in America.
Most of the shows in the UK were sold out, and these shows were announced quite late. So I think if we had a bit more of a run up, there'd be more crowd.
You probably should have announced these earlier.
So again, come and join us in the party, and also start barking. Apparently, that's a new thing.
Yeah.
Coming a little bit from the metal side, from the north and all the blah and all those screaming, so that's not a thing? No? Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Blank stares.
But I was wondering, again, the metal scene, the mental health side tells us to talk about our reality, our problems. And then you named the album I've Been Better. That was kind of about like, let's not talk about it, which I felt is partially about not diving deeper into our world, but also making it easier for the other side to deal with that. So where are you on that mental health discussion that on one hand, especially men, we want to talk about it. On the other hand, we sometimes don't know how to deal with them when somebody's opening up to us. So where are you? Where's the album on that discussion?
Well, I definitely think it's definitely not intended as a let's not talk about it thing. I'm all for talking about it. I named it I Felt Better because it was the sort of irony of actually everything was terrible. It was sort of more comical than let's not talk about it.
Yeah, because it's very casual way of just saying, summing up all that shit that Matt went through.
Yeah.
So it's not because you got tired of talking about it?
No, it's because there was too much to explain. So when someone was like, "How are you?" It's like, well, I could tell you, like, a lot of stuff, but let's not do that.
What would that do to the conversation?
Yeah, it would just be a lot about me and a lot of like really terrible health stuff.
I have to say, actually, Matt was super great about actually being honest about his situation with all of us, because he had to be. It was like really intense situation in hospital with him, and the only way of us knowing exactly what was going on was through Matt opening up and talking about it, and he was really great with that.
But people around you, whether it's fans, so it's not a super personal connection sometimes, people on the street, neighbors that either see you physically that you're changing, asking you guys, how are you? Because the band hasn't been active for almost 6 years. And then the answer is, I've been better, which is not a super negative one, but like it kind of ends the conversation, partially sparing the other side from receiving and showing empathy when you're just meeting them on a just passerby.
I think that's a really British thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't look at it like that at all. It was just like, it was just like, because obviously there were certain people that you'd be very, very open with, but you don't want to be that. I didn't want to talk about literally everything that was happening to everyone, because it was a lot, and also you would just spend, the conversation would just be repeating all this terrible shit that was happening. So the easiest way to get around that was just to say I felt better and talk about everything else. Obviously I was still talking to everybody that I needed to talk to about everything that was going on. But in a way, it was also sparing the other side, because when people say, how are you? They want to know you're okay. They maybe don't want to know how much blood you've just had transfused and stuff like that. So, you know, it was an easy way to sort of like get out of that. So it definitely wasn't like downplaying mental health or anything like that. If anything, that album's mostly about talking about mental health. I just thought it was a funny title.
I love that wrap up, on one hand negativity into positivity and laughing about it at the same time, which kind of connects to a few of the songs as well. My Band, My Way, as well. On one hand, chasing dreams. On the other hand, the dreams kind of chase you back as well, and also about the way that our scene is treating us as well. So would you say that being in a band is not the dream?
For us personally?
Well, in general, still chasing your dreams, going from bigger venues to bigger venues, new countries, but also being bitten back sometimes.
I mean, I think if we didn't feel like it was something we wanted to be doing, like chasing the dream, we wouldn't be doing it. We're all at points in our lives where it would be, if things weren't going very well, it'd be very easy just to say, oh, I'm done now. I'm out of it. I'm tired.
Because also, as you said, touring keeps you away from your loved ones.
Yeah, which is tough.
And then you go to other places, and sometimes, I mean, we recently heard about some techs being stolen, and sometimes shows are being canceled, and there's all that money side and health side of it. And it's still the dream. We're almost like masochists. So after 6 years of waiting for it and thinking about it, is it still worth it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. I think like it's, you know, if we weren't able to tour anymore, I'd still be writing songs, and therefore we'd still be getting together to probably make music. So as long as that's happening, I think it's always going to be a thing where we're like, so we're going to go and play shows.
I think the progress is a big thing as well. Like if we hadn't have grown as a band and grown an audience, and we were still like, this is sort of very much DIY touring. This Germany run now with the smaller venues and less production. If we were touring like this constantly everywhere, it would be too brutal, I think, for us to do it.
Yep.
So so yeah, that helps.
I have a feeling we're going to talk about it next year. We're going to meet again, maybe at the arena.
Yeah. Maybe we could meet on our bus.
Yeah, that's how everything goes. You do it one time, and then the next time is easier, and you get more friends.
Yeah.
But I was wondering again, because the song My Way kind of talks about that desire, but also on doing it your way, so being authentic. But then sometimes the world doesn't see it that way, and we want to be accepted, but we also want to keep it our way. So where are you on that? I want to be part of the mainstream, be like everybody else, but also I don't want to be like everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to be like everyone else. I want to do what we're doing, you know. So I think surely that's why you do it. You don't do something like this just to sort of mimic someone else. You do it because you want to do your thing, you know. So
it was a bit of a sort of ode to like how we've experienced being in a band, and how when you get to certain situations, there's a lot of people who have a lot of opinions about what you should be doing, how you should be doing it. And I think that was kind of Matt's answer, to be like, I'm just going to block out all that out, and I'm actually just going to do what I want, focus on my vision and my ideas, and execute how I want to do it.
Well articulated, Mike.
Yeah.
That was a great answer.
Well, I'm going to try and again take it a bit broader with, I feel like the world and music in specifically reevaluated things around us during Corona. So you guys had a longer pause.
Yeah.
But then we came out of that, and I'm not sure if people remembered all those conclusions, especially the empathy one between wars and also how we treat musicians. So from your travels, from your time out, do you feel like the world is going in a positive way, more empathetic, more kind to each other, especially to musicians, or that we maybe need more time out, sit in the corner and reevaluate our emotions?
Well, I mean, I think the world's going in a crazy, terrible, not great place at all. So probably we haven't figured that out yet. But I feel like a lot of people, like you just said, like reevaluated stuff, particularly their lives and how they live and how we all live and stuff. I think more time to do that for everybody would be wicked. Not that anyone has any time to do that because everyone's working all the time.
Maybe that's what we need. That everybody will just have a sabbatical.
Yeah.
And just focus on being nice to each other and on about buying more Bitcoin.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. So is that the reason why you have some sort of a Putin-looking character on the cover art?
Second person to say that.
Yeah, well, I've seen a few people saying that in the comments that it's Putin. It's not. It's just a beautiful painting by my favourite artist, who's called Fred Stonehouse.
He's not told to do anything that looks like Putin.
No. I mean, he that painting already existed, and I found it, and luckily was able to license it from Fred for the record. Maybe Fred was, painting something that resembled Putin, but I don't think that was the impetus. But a few people have seen that and sort of made it political and said, "Is that Putin?" Which I totally didn't see coming, and I was like, "Oh shit, is it?"
It's like a devil-looking Putin.
Yeah,
It's not like celebrating him in any way.
no. Obviously that painting is super special to me, and there's loads of connotations that I find relevant in it. And that character in the middle, sort of being this weird, sort of disgusting, but sort of like beautiful thing, I found really, really interesting. But definitely didn't think it was anything to do with Putin when I chose it.
Something that I'm hoping that you have been thinking about is the fact that 11/11 just celebrated 10 years. Yeah. But I feel like there was not enough celebration on that. Can we talk about next year?
We're waiting for 11 years.
Okay. So next November?
Yeah.
Can we talk about it?
We've just come up with the idea, so
Jim actually did. That's a good idea, man.
Good on.
That's a good.
no, we can't say anything about it.
Okay, I love that. We're going to talk about it later, just the four of us. But as we said, the album was released just a couple of weeks ago, August. I'd felt better. And so much of it is already on stages. You guys are going to the US, I believe, starting at ShipRocked in Florida, then North America, then coming back to Down Festival, 2,000 Trees. Can we talk about some headliners in between around the old continent?
Yeah, we do plan on doing that. We don't really have a solid plan yet. We know that we're going to the States a whole bunch throughout next year, and we're going to have to be fitting other dates. Some UK dates, some European dates between those. I'm guessing towards the end of the year. I actually don't know that. But we're gonna,
Well, just letting you know that Europe celebrates something completely different on 11/11. Right. I know that in the UK it's Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Cologne it's actually Carnival.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So maybe you can try mix those two or turn it into
That sounds more of a celebration.
Dinosaur Carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we can talk about that. That definitely means we need to meet again.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say to fans out there before we say goodbye?
No, I mean
No.
no. Just that I think we're very conscious that we've spent a very long time away from Europe and from Germany, and we're super keen to kind of re-establish coming over here more.
Yeah.
So we hope to see everyone.
We've been really blown away by these shows. The crowds have been.
Holy hell.
That's time.
The crowds have been so good, so responsive, and so, like, we've been going to merch every night afterwards to sell it ourselves, proper DIY punks. And just having the chats with everybody, like, just the outpouring of positivity and love towards us as a group has just been so refreshing and, like, really nourishing for the soul. So more of that.
Yeah, like Jim said as well, we spent a lot of time concentrating on the UK and the US, in the past couple of years, or obviously, either side of this break. And we sort of haven't been able to get over to Europe as much as we'd like to. So we want to sort of dig in there and be back here a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
The lovelies of Dinosaur Pile Up. I Felt Better is amazing and out there now, and hopefully we get to see you on stages again one more time. Thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Cheers.